So weird
villainous.
though that you can't just be like, I'm loving it. Like you're just giving
I know.
off like proper Vogue.
You see how tired I am?
No.
I wonder if I should keep up with the whole show. It's giving like what's that friggin' movie? Star Wars?
Oh, stop!
Sexy Darth.
Sexy Darth. Oh my goodness.
I'm not your father, but you can be my daddy.
Oh my God. Food.
Oh, jokes. You know what? Let's just get in. Let's get in. Frolics. Welcome back. Welcome back, newbies who decided that today is going to be the day.
Yeah, starting with the new year.
All the fuss is about. Welcome. You make good decisions. Oh, this hood is not a good decision. Let me just bring it back. Hold on. There she is. Oh, okay.
She's come out of hiding.
Who knows? I might put it back down later. I might have a little tipple in my water jug. I might not. We'll see. No, I don't because I can't. So thanks. Yes, welcome. New year, new you. Are we doing that this year?
No, we're not, because how many other years have we done that and nothing has changed? Nothing. We just let ourselves down. We're just like, it's the same old me. Damn. She keeps coming back. I can't get rid of her.
A little bit more self-awareness maybe, but pretty much the same old us, for sure.
There is nothing wrong with this, by the way. There is nothing wrong with the same old us.
No, the same old us is fabulous. No, old is not a word that we use here. That's a profanity.
Seasoned.
In fact, I might start beeping out old. Just like, beep, because we don't. Foul language is not appreciated on the show. So yes, welcome, one and all. Oh, who are we? I'm Monique B. That's Amy G. Enough of the intros.
Wow,
okay.
Starting early.
Efficiency. Okay, so as you may or may not know, we always kick off every episode with a warm-up.
Yes.
I am in charge of the warm-up today. And, well, let me tell you guys, I literally finished this as I pressed record today. So I don't know how this is going to go. We'll see. But today's game is the big quiz of 2023. So obviously, it's like a program that comes on TV, I think, right? Where they'll do like a roundup of the year.
Okay.
So I'm just going to basically ask you a question about something that happened every month last year. And either you'll know it or you'll learn something. There's no losers.
Okay,
you know,
cool.
You learn, all right?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm learning a lot.
So, January. All right, here we go. Prince Harry released his memoir, Spare, in January. Along with spilling the beans on his kill count in the army, where he lost his virginity, and his brother's dislike of Meghan, he recounts a hurtful quote-unquote joke that his dad used to say to him. What was it?
No idea.
Okay, so I'm going to give you... Oh, sorry, I'm going to give you... It's multiple choice, so you'll get 4 options.
Okay.
Okay, so was it, who knows if I'm your real father? Was it, William is my favourite? Was it, seconds are for future kings only? Or was it, I'm only used to seeing carrots on my plate?
I mean, ouch to all.
Terrible.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, remind me of them again. So the first one was...
The first one was, who knows if I'm your real father? William is my favourite. Seconds are for future kings only. Or I'm only used to seeing carrots on my plate.
I don't know the answer to this question, and all of them sound good.
Hazard a guess then.
Okay, I'm going to go for I'm going to go for a tame one. I'm going to go for the third one about seconds.
Seconds are for Future Kings, but that is incorrect.
Okay.
The correct answer was, who knows if I'm your real father?
Savage!
Yes. So obviously, Diana had that well-publicized affair with James Hewitt, who is some colonel, does something somewhere, and he has like ginger hair. Although he's one of those tame gingers, like a sort of light brown.
Blonde.
Sure. Is that what it's called?
I guess that's what gingers call themselves.
Okay. You were wrong, but you were right because you learned something. February. Yes. Am I shouting? I feel like I'm shouting.
You did February, yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, you're good. February!
Okay, February. So after winning 4 Grammys on the 5th of February, Giselle... February. After winning 4 Grammys... Grammys? What is going on? Oh. Fucking hell.
Oh, hang on.
Sorry.
And I can't touch my face because I made an effort today. Grammys.
Oh my God. Okay, so February. After winning 4 Grammys on February the 5th, Beyonce, Giselle, I'm That Girl, Knowles Carter is now the most awarded artist in history, breaking the record previously held by Hungarian-British orchestral conductor Sir George Solti. How many Grammys does she have? Your options are 29, 32, 37, or 40.
Again, I don't know the answer to this. I'm going to go for, was it 32, 37?
Or 40 or 29?
29.
So 29, 32, 37, or 40?
40. Aha, okay. 32.
Correct.
Yay!
Very good. So George Solti had 31, I believe. And yeah, she's now the most awarded. Obvi. Right. March. So the Oscars took place on March 13th this year. And although there were no stage crashing slaps, the event was not without a few notable moments. From Hugh Grant's rude and unbothered interview with Ashley Grant, outrage that Jamie Lee Curtis won over Angela Bassett, the subsequent backlash that Angela received for being perceived as a sore loser because she didn't clap, and Michelle Yeoh making history as the first Asian woman to win Best Actress. Ruth E. Carter, she won some things. Ruth E. Carter, who won on the night, is the first Black woman to be awarded 2 Oscars. She won both times for the same category, which is Best Costume Design. But what movie did she win for? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, or The Whale?
I'm going to go for Wakanda Forever purely because she's Black and they be Black.
And you be right.
Hey! I be knowing.
Wicked. Yeah, she's oh my gosh, her work is fantastic. I've still not seen Wakanda Forever, which is terrible. I know.
Oh, my goodness.
I know, and I've only watched Black Panther once in the cinema. I know, I'm bad.
I didn't watch Wakanda for ages because I hate...
Is it the hype?
All of It's the hype.
Yeah.
It just gets me. And when they're like, oh my God, the greatest film ever, and it's a whole big thing. I'm like, God, I know we need to celebrate like our wins, but it still feels really isolating, rather than just, I don't know, making it a whole thing. That's my personal opinion, but that draws back to a whole thing about identity, which I'm not going into. But yeah, man, I was late to it, and I'm surprised. I mean, I seen Wakanda Forever. I did watch that on a train though, and then some junkies tried to talk to me about The Color of My Aura, and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to watch.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to watch something. Anyway, so
did they tell you what color your aura is?
No, they didn't tell me what color my aura was, but the guy was talking about some drug that like you lose yourself to, the death of the ego, and those who know. And he was saying that I could do it. I could use it. Not because I have an ego, but he was like, your light is bright and you are stopping yourself. So
okay, junkies.
And I was like, oh. I know. That's why I was just like intrigued, because some of it is interesting, but at the same time I was very aware that he was tweaking while he was talking to me. So I was like,
that part.
Please don't sit. Anyway.
Jokes. Okay, so let's move into April.
Ooh.
Okay, so April the 8th marked 50 years since the death of a well-renowned painter, sculptor, printmaker, and ceramist who spent most of his adult life in France. Born in 1881, this artist is known for co-founding the Cubist movement and co-inventing the style of collage. Notable works have been classified in the Blue Period, the Rose Period, and the Crystal Period. Who is that? Is it Salvador Dali, Monet, Picasso, or Renoir?
Ooh, I'm going to go for option C.
Picasso?
Yeah.
Okay, knowing things, it is Picasso.
Okay. Although I do love a bit of Salvador.
Yeah, I mean, first of all,
it's strange, but it's
but that the moustache to begin with, loving. I do love a very distinct identity like that.
Yeah.
But we love a bit of Salvador, melting clocks and elephants on stilts and all that. Okay, so God, I'm doing a lot of reading. This is really testing my enunciation. Didn't think about this before writing this all out. All right, we're in May now. So, on the backdrop of a cost of living crisis and strikes by doctors, nurses, and teachers, King Charles's coronation, described as a theatrical spectacle, took place on May 6th. Despite a personal fortune of 1.8 billion, the estimated 100 million pantomime had its costs covered by us fellow taxpayers. Do you know, I don't know what it is about this man that just jars me. But we can save that for another. Episode, because I can feel. I can feel the rage. Anyway, speaking of knobs, what is the name commonly given to penis piercings? Is it a King Charles?
Prince Albert.
Correct.
I know that one. I'm not even going to wait.
Well done. Okay, cool.
Speaking
well done.
Knobs, well done.
You see what I did there. All right. It's now June. 5 billionaires went into a sealed Coke can to explore the crash site of the Titanic. Question: why?
Ooh. Is this separate to the actual thing?
No, this is the question. I mean, no
why
one knows.
did they do
I'm just wondering if you had any ideas.
No, I don't know.
Men, too much money,
had money and
too much
foolish.
privilege.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because they could.
Okay, July. Barbie had its biggest debut for a film directed by a woman ever. To date, the movie has made 1.44 billion worldwide, making it the 14th highest grossing film of all time. But what is the highest grossing movie of all time? The options are Avengers Endgame, Avatar, Titanic, or Avatar Way of the Water.
Oh, this is a toughie.
Do you want to hear them again?
I'm gonna say, ooh. I'm gonna say Titanic purely because the last question was Titanic, but I kind of feel like it might be Avatar. But I said Titanic, so I'll stick with Titanic.
I mean, you don't have to stick. It's up to you. You can,
okay,
but I'm not doing one of those. And you would be correct. Avatar is the highest grossing movie of all time, raking in 2.9 billion. All of those answers were actually top four. So Avatar was the first at 2.9. Avengers Endgame was the second at 2.7 billion. Then we had Avatar Way of the Water at 2.3 billion, which I don't know why, because it was not that great.
I haven't seen it, and I don't plan to.
It's so long. I think it's longer than what's that long ass movie, Gone with the Wind? It lasts for days. Oh God. And they really could have just made it like a cool 90 minutes, like all the others. There was nothing in there to take as long as it did, but that's just my personal opinion. And then the fourth is Titanic at 2.2 billion.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. It's now August. Sex and the City actress Sarah Jessica Parker let it be known that she adopted the kitten that Carrie was given on the show, and just like that. The on-screen name for the cute furball was Shu, but what did she rename it? The options you have are Dior, Lotus, Chew, as in Jimmy Choo, or Amber.
I don't know the answer to this question. One, because I haven't seen this latest. Yeah, haven't seen it.
Season.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
And yeah, I just don't have access to it, so I can't watch it. And I'm not hot on what she does outside of the thing. So I'm going to go for D, Amber, because it's not related to the others.
Okay. She renamed it Lotus.
Interesting.
Not really a cat name, but anyway. Right. It's September. What epidemic was said to have been brought to the UK from Paris?
Oh, do I not have options for this one?
No. Either you know or you don't know.
Is this the bedbug situation?
It is the bedbug situation. Very good. Gross.
Yeah.
I think I've been on like public transport maybe 3, maybe 4 times this year. So
okay,
I wasn't too stressed about it because I just can't. So much coughing and body odor and no personal space. I just can't deal with that anymore.
I mean, if you don't have a choice, like you just kind of get used to it.
True. I think I've just been out of it too long. So now I'm just a bit of a train snob.
TFL avoidant.
Absolutely. Right. October. All right. So here we go. October. In October, selling 1.1 million copies in the first week, Britney made those who were interested her bitch one more time with the release of her memoir, Woman in Me. After opening up about her toxic relationship with womanizer Justin Timberlake and how her life became a circus with the paparazzi, At the height of her career, she counts herself lucky to have such loyal fans and credits them as the force that saved her from the conservatorship. I can't say that word. Saved her from the conservatorship that enables her to be stronger now. Question: how many songs of hers did I just reference?
Wasn't even paying attention.
Do you want to go one more time?
I heard Womanizer, and then that's all I was singing in my head from that point forward.
It does have that.
So I didn't even hear the question, really. I know. I was just like, as soon as you said Womanizer, I was just like, Womanizer, Womanizer. It's just like in my head.
You are. Yes, that's so funny.
So I don't have an answer, sorry.
I'll go for it. I'll go for it one more time and see if you can pick them out, yeah?
Okay.
Get your fingers up there ready to count. Right. So selling 1.1 million copies of First Week, Britney made those who were interested her bitch one more time with the release of her memoir, Woman in Me. After opening up about her toxic relationship with womanizer Justin Timberlake and how her life became a circus with the paparazzi at the height of her career, she counts herself lucky to have such loyal fans, credit them as the force that saved her from the conservatorship and enables her to be stronger now. How many songs did I reference?
I'm going to stab a guess at 8, and that's only because I don't know all of her, backlog.
Okay. If you hear them, you know them. You just don't know the names. I'm quite certain. You're wrong, though, with 8. It was actually 7, but I think that was a good guess.
Thank you.
So the songs I referenced were It's Britney Bitch, One More Time, Toxic, Womanizer, Circus, Lucky, and Stronger. Yeah. But close.
Oh, so I wonder where I got my 8th one from.
I don't know, girl. Don't matter. Anyway. We're nearly at the end of the year, so let's slide into November. Sean Puff Diddy Did It Combs had a lawsuit filed against him for bad behavior, for abusive behavior. By
Bad
Cassie.
boy behavior.
Honestly. And more things seem to be coming up by the day. Anyway, the case was settled in less time than it takes to make a jolly trifle, where it was estimated she was awarded between $20 and $30 million. But what was the name of her biggest hit? Was it Long Way to Go, Official Girl, Me and You, or Just One Night?
Ooh. It's either going to be A or C. I'm going to go for A.
Long Way to Go? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
is Me and You. Yeah. Well, I mean, I got that stat from Spotify, so close but no banana. Okay. Last question. When I tell you I scraped the barrel for this one, my God. December, Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner broke up. I don't know if I've ever heard a song by Bad Bunny, and if I have, it wasn't on purpose. Don't know who the guy is. Obviously we know who Jenner is. But she has a tequila brand. What is the name of her tequila? Is it 181 tequila, 808 tequila, 702 tequila, or 999 tequila?
Tell me them again.
Sure. So we've got 181 tequila, 808, 702, or 999 tequila.
Mm. 181.
You would be correct. Very good. It is called 181 Tequila. That is all that I have for them. I've got no roundup. I've got no summary. They broke up. Too bad, so sad. And yeah, 181 is the name of her tequila. So that is the year of celebrity and some world news wrapped up. Wrapped up
that
for
was good.
2023.
Well done, thank you. And I did learn a lot.
Well, you know,
2023 come to an end.
Can you believe it? It started and it ended like that. All right, let us put our hands together and take a plunge into the pool of introspection. Sure, why not? Let's just say yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we're looking forward.
Perspection? Any of them.
Yeah, let's just do
all of the shuns.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
Yes, indeed.
Please, help me through this. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you went in sideways. Hey.
I know my mic is right here.
The splash. Oh. So you're just like.
Oh my God. Right. As it is a new year, we don't really have a deep dive today.
Nah.
We are going to talk about some resolutions.
Yes.
Set. I mean, I know there's a bit of people now don't really like to set resolutions anymore. They kind of feel like it's a bit of a setup, you know, like we kind of go in with good intentions in January and then by about the 11th.
Feb.
Oh.
I struggle to the end of the month at least.
That's what I'm saying. I just kind of told on myself by saying the 11th, but sure, end of Feb. Okay. It kind of all goes to hell, you know, so maybe maybe don't call them resolutions, but I guess just things we want to focus on throughout the year or just like pay a little bit more attention to as we go. I don't have a very long list. Maybe I go, you go, I go, you go.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. All right. So the first one that I have on my list is, which I actually mentioned last episode, is that next year for me, I want to have a year of yes. So as much as I can be, as much as it's financially responsible, as long as I'm not going to be killed, I don't really want to have my will enacted. I just want to do things. I want to do things and go places and experience things and meet new people and just be outside. I mean, as I said, I mentioned last episode that my favorite year of life so far has been my 25th year. And that was the first time I had a year of yes. And it was just so much fun, you know, just to kind of see where the wind took me, you know. Sometimes it was just like an average night. Other times, as I said before, I met new people. But I think given that I'm going to be turning 40, I'm going to be doing all of the things.
All of the things.
I mean, my friend Ella has tried to already tell me that I will be going on many dates and I need to sign back up to all of the sites. And quite honest, that part I kind of can't be asked with. I just can't. That's not where my energy is right now. Like I had a little bit of that last year. I was like, right, I'm not going to meet anyone by just like being in the house all the time or being so adverse to putting myself out there. So I did try it for a little while and oh man, it was disheartening to say the least. It was dry. Like the conversations that I was having were dry. The weirdos that were crossing my... And like, the thing is, I like a little bit of like weird energy. Because as I said before, I like distinct personalities, people that have like distinct opinions about things. That kind of, what's that phrase? March to the beat of their own drum.
Yeah,
I love a little bit of that. But what I was meeting was not that. It was just it was just straight up original honestly, weird no's is what they were. And it's really just put me off. It really has just put me off. So I will get back to that point at some point, I'm sure, but that's not the energy I'm on this year. For me, I really just want to be outside with a bit more of a carefree attitude. I'm not taking things so serious. I feel like starting the pod has kind of kickstarted that way of thinking, because one of the things that we kind of promised ourselves that we were going to do is, you know, not take things too seriously, not be too hard on ourselves, not look for perfection. We're just going to go with it and learn from whatever lessons are presented. Yeah. And I kind of want to, I'm going to expand that in how I move this year and just be open to all things. Doesn't mean I'm going to be receiving all things, but I'm going to be open to all things, because why not? You know?
Open to the suggestion and you can decide.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all of my previous milestone birthdays have not been good. Like, I've not had a good milestone birthday yet. There's always been some catastrophe that's gone on, which I'll save for a deep dive at one point. That's not for today. That's not what we're here for today. But once you get to, 30, really, all the milestones are like every decade. So
yeah,
I will not be waiting until 50 to do it big again or to have this new way. Like, no. So 40, I've decided I want to celebrate as much as I can throughout the year, because it's my life, I can do what I want. And I'm really sort of looking forward to seeing what crosses my path. Like, I can feel, just by saying it out loud, I can feel like the energy already.
Yeah.
You know, so bring it on, universe. Please don't let me regret that. But yes,
please. You have no control over what's getting sent.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I mean,
there may be some of these. And there may be some of these.
Why not? A few packet ups. But why not? I mean, yeah. So that's me. 2024 is a year of yes, yeah.
Woo!
Bring it.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited. And there should be just such joy and excitement and creativity that will come about, I think, because you're open. And it doesn't hurt to keep reminding yourself that on a weekly, daily basis. And
I'm going to have to, because, it's so easy to like slip back into old habits. You really kind of have to tread a new mental pathway with things like this. So, yeah.
And I think that links very nicely into my overarching focus, energy focus, which is consistency.
Yes. So let me just quickly type that down.
What consistency?
Yeah.
I slipped around probably September from regular gym visits. I don't know what happened, because when I was on holiday over the September period, I was exercising every day, which is the all or nothing kind of mentality. But, you know, the other half does that all the time. So it was just a case of me jumping on that bandwagon. Usually I'm a 2-3 times, if I feel super energetic, kind of person, right? A week. So I want to get back into the habit of exercising in some form. And I'm not talking walking, because that's an easy cop out for me. I do that already. But like some physical activity, skipping, the gym, Pilates, something for 20 minutes or more, at least 2 times a week. So that is something I'm gifting myself.
I
Because
love that framing. Yes.
what, the gifting?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but let's talk about it, because fitness is on my list as well. So I'm picking up what you're putting down. In my case, it will be weights, because that's what I want to be doing next year, weights. And I put skipping on my list as well, because you really only have to do 10 minutes a day for that to have like a major impact. Like I used to, on the way back from the school run with the girls, I would have my skipping rope with me, and I would just, because I have to walk through the park. So literally on the way back, just stop, put my phone timer on for 10 minutes, and then just continuously keep going until, well, I would skip for 10 minutes. If I stopped, then whatever, reset and start again.
Just start again.
Just start again.
Yeah.
And
I think that is the biggest thing, is like not giving yourself a hard time when you stop, because it's very easy to be like, oh god damn, it's only skipping, how am I tripping over my own feet, kind of thing.
yes.
No, okay, well, we'll just pick it back up, because it's all about rhythm. It's all about getting yourself into a flow.
Yeah.
And you forget, man, when we were kids, that used to be,
it was nothing.
all the time you'd be just doing that.
Yeah.
So it's fun and it's really good for you.
Yeah. Yes.
I have I have a Tabata timer on my phone, so I put it in for like, I have either a 20 seconds workout, 10-second rest, or a 30-second workout, 10-second rest. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, or 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, no longer than 10 seconds for rest, and just that keeps going. It'll just like give a and then you have to just go in, and then it counts down the last 3 seconds, and then you're resting. It's so good. So that's something that I'm gonna like. That's one of the exercises I want to do to keep going, because it's cardio, but also you notice like your shoulders are moving, so it's almost like you're doing kind of not necessarily like a body weight, if you will, because of the motion of your own body moving.
Yeah.
So the back is giving life when you do it consistently. Yeah. No more back fat.
Listen, no, I actually can't say what I was going to say, because I'm already putting myself out there enough. That is way too much. But yes, I understand the whole back fat thing. But yeah, do you know what? Again, bringing it back to the whole turning 40, I think I just want to feel good. Like, consistent workouts obviously will have an impact on your physique and how your body looks. But the most beneficial thing is just how you feel mentally. There's just that you just have mental clarity. And you also just feel good about having done something good for your body. Like, we all know the things that we need to do to be healthy: sleep, eat well, and work out. And it shouldn't be difficult, but for some reason it is. But I think things like how you've just reframed it in terms of, you giving yourself the gift of exercise, because listen, there are plenty of people out there that would love to be able to skip, but for whatever reasons, their body doesn't allow them to do that. So yeah, I'm all here for that. I just want to feel good, and I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I've got the schedule in yet. I mean, there was a point that I was going to the gym 5 days a week in the morning. Again, on the way back from the school run, I would just go into the gym, because it's literally probably not even a minute from my front door. There's a gym. Just go in for 50 minutes, do the thing, and be out. And it was fabulous. So
yeah, I guess
here's to that.
I think for me, I know that if I say I'm going to do it more than 2 times a week, I'm setting myself up for failure because realistically, I don't have time.
Yeah.
So if I do more than 2 times a week, and this, I'm saying working out, not going to the gym, doing some sort of exercise that gets my heart pumping more than 2 times a week. If I do so, then that's bonus. But my bare minimum is twice. So the skipping and a trip to the gym, that is doable. That is realistic. I can manage that. Obviously, I'll have to make some amendments when I'm not around, like, or at home, so I can't go to the gym. But it just means that maybe I do skipping twice that week or something like that. But yeah, that is it. I need to be consistent with that because when I was doing that, I felt like I could take on the world.
Yeah.
So, you know, and obviously all of my clothes were fitting nicer and I felt better in myself. And my hormones were regulated because of all of the natural endorphins and so on. So there weren't any high highs and low lows.
Yeah, because them lows go underground, boy. Over here they do anyway. It is not a fun time.
That's like Stranger Things, the other side. I'm like completely a different, you know? And despite the fact that I have probably been experiencing these things for the past 3 decades, they still surprise me.
Yes.
So
because it's always changing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like PMS never used to be a thing for me. But a couple of years ago, I would, as you just said, turn into a creature for a week and then be confused as to why. And then, you know, Miss Flo comes on, it's like, oh, yeah, well, of course, that makes sense.
Exactly.
But as you said, it's like we should know by now, but no, not really, because we're changing. We're getting more seasoned. And so hormone levels are changing, you know? So it's
and
like
that's
just as you
another
get...
reason. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, just as you get kind of used to your body working in a certain way, it stops one thing and starts something else. It's a whole thing, you know?
And I think that's another reason for the consistency this year is because I am more aware that things are changing and will continue to change. So I just want to get myself in a place where I feel when those things come about, I'm not starting from scratch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, here's to just feeling lighter and clear-headed. That's the goal for me. Feeling lighter. I just feel like my body just moves differently when I work out consistently, you know. And you don't get those sort of energy blockages because it's always got like that consistent movement going, you know, just to kind of move things around in you. So yes, it's going to be great. All right, consistency.
Yeah. There are a couple of other things that fall under that for me, like Gong Bay is one. Need to get on top of that new plan, and mindfulness. Actually putting in the meditation time, I feel like that is something that's, along with the working out, I think that's going to help massively, because the other thing that, sorry to be waving my, the other thing that comes up with the seasonedness is the reduction in resilience, and I want to be giving myself the best chance scenario. So yeah, it was something someone, it might have even been in our little chat, shared a video on it, and I was just like, as if we need anything else to deal with.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna deal with this. Okay. So it's
unfair.
interesting kind of like learning about, and it's magical because of the fact that I know we have trials and tribulations as females and our bodies go through a hell of a lot, but it also gifts a hell of a lot. So respect. Consistency and respect. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, we show up here together every week consistently. Although obviously we're kind of just getting started. For me, this has sort of really showed me that it can be done, you know? It also shows me that accountability accounts for a lot when you have to answer to someone else. But yeah, like the way that we show up for each other here, we can absolutely show up for ourselves, you know, and get this thing done. And like you said, maybe less of the all mentality and just some. Some is nice.
Yeah. The best you can. I think
Yeah.
that's the thing, you know, because our energy every week is not going to be the same. And some weeks you'll be like smashing it 5 times, and other weeks it might be 2. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's
Yeah.
just knowing that, okay, so this week wasn't my greatest week. Next week, again, I'm going to show up for myself and do as best as I can. And again, it might be a smash week. It might be, I don't have the energy, but it's just keep going. Every time you go, just go. Do you know, I saw this interesting kind of scenario played out where this guy who was overweight, like, got a gym membership, and he just went to the gym, didn't do anything, just showed up every single day. And the whole thing was that, oh, you know, why would you do that? Just show up to the gym every day. And it was just like, I'm building the habit of going.
Okay.
And then slowly he would go do 5 minutes and then go back home and then show up the next day 5 minutes. But it was this whole thing of just building this new habit of going. And I think that's sometimes what we do. And it's linked to this whole resolutions thing is we are like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to be here and I'm going to make this, blah, 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 blah. And we don't think about how we can do that realistically and show up every day. Yeah, because it's new. We're changing behavior. So we have to give ourselves some grace of it might not happen every day, but if I show up the next time, that's good enough.
Yeah. I did see this post not too long ago that said, if all you've got today is 40% and you give 40%, you gave 100%. So yeah, show up as you can with your best intention. Love yourself through it all.
Yeah,
and you'll be good.
Definitely. We always feel better afterwards anyway, whether it's a gym or if it's like, oh, I've got to do this task. Once you've done it, it's like, look at it, it's done now. That's one less thing I have to think about. So I think it's just, getting ourselves into that headspace. Okay, so a year of yes. Consistency, fitness ties into that consistency. Is there anything else that was on your list?
Yeah. This one, I think I will probably find the most difficult out of everything. So I'm intending, oh God, I'm saying it out loud now, so I really have to.
And not just really to me.
I know, to the nation. I want to keep a diary for next year. Yeah.
Okay.
Main reason is because I can never remember what I've done in a year. I think one of the main reasons for that is because my days and weeks and months look very similar, you know, like children, school run, I work from home as well. So the surroundings are the same a lot. There's not really that much standout things. And even when standout things happen, I feel like my brain is always in the future. So I'm not as present as I want to be, you know? I definitely got a lot better at that last year. But I would like to have just one year that I can look back on and be like, oh, that's what I did this year. Big things, small things. Yeah, I mean, I've just always envied people that are able to keep a diary. I think it's cool as shit to be able to look back at what you were doing like 10 years ago, you know, and be like, oh yeah, I remember those group of friends or that night out or how I felt after watching that movie. Do you know what I mean? I really want to document this year. Again, all roads are leading back to 40 right now. But I want, something tangible. I could say, this is what happened that year.
Oh, that's cool. And you could title it, This is 40.
I see what you did. Yeah. So that's done. This is 40. Yeah. I'm going to do that.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I always struggle because it's like, I always think of something that I could write whilst the thing is happening. And then when I go back later to write about it, it's like I can't remember.
Apologies.
Yes.
I could feel it and I was like, oh, I hope you go.
Yeah. So one of the things, well, going back to the how that you mentioned, because, you know, we set ourselves these tasks, but don't really think about how we're going to do it. The thing that I'm going to look into is how I can document that in a way that's going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the whole dear diary, today I did da 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 da. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Or if it's going to have to be like a whole bullet point thing where I just like list things that happened. I don't know. And again, this is my Aries brain as well. It's like we like a system, we like a way of doing things. So yeah, not sure how, but that is the intention.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good intention.
And that's all
sure.
I'm setting myself. My resolution list used to be, you know, arse long, and I would maybe do 2. So, as you said before, as not to set ourselves up and disappoint ourselves, small little things.
Yeah.
And
Mine,
just going to try my
all of mine
best.
fall under the. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
That's all you've got.
Yeah.
So I have absolute faith in you kind of achieving all of these things. And it's going to be exciting to see how it unravels throughout. And you're all part of this as well, guys, because you're going to see this transformation.
Mm-hmm.
As
I'm going to have one less chin next year too. And that sounds mean, but I don't mean that in a mean sort of demeaning way to myself. Like, your girl's been eating knowingly terrible things this year, the last half of the year. As you know, we all kind of get into that cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes, especially when it's cold weather. It's the easiest thing to do. It's convenience of just grabbing. When it's warm weather, you feel so much more motivated to have lighter meals, more vegetables, stuff with more water in it.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to colder weather, it's stodge. Stodge is your way forward. So.
And you know, a bit of stodge is okay, but it's choosing the right stodge, you know? Do we have like mashed potatoes with lots of butter and milk? Or could you make like a lentil version of that? Probably. Do you know what though? I made mash using butter beans a couple of times. It doesn't hit exactly the same as mashed potatoes because potatoes are life, but it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I guess the thing is like, as you said it, the potatoes aren't the problem.
Aren't they?
No. Potatoes aren't the problem.
It's the butter.
It's the butter.
Okay.
Butter and the milk. That's the problem. Or cream. Some people use cream. It's the quantities with which you put that in that makes it delicious. But you know, I feel like, yes, we do need much more kind of like beans fiber in our diet. And I think there's a multitude of ways that you can introduce that. But we make certain food enemies, and it's just actually our consumption of those foods that is bad for us. Yeah. So I will never, I am a meat and potatoes kind of girl. You will never see me giving those things up, but I will eat them in moderation because I know what my body is like.
Yeah, that's fair. I've been more of a I'll do a bit later type of girl. Nom 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 nom. And then, you know, 3 chins later, it's like, okay, let's bring it back.
Oh dear.
But yeah, okay. So we kind of have like, there's no sort of like a mind-blowing intentions that we have the year. We've had kind of these before, but we're just, I guess, pinpointing the focus.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a case of knowing what works for you. And what I'm noticing for both of us, it's not these massive life-changing focuses. It's more about small tweaks to the way that we approach things that are going to improve our lifestyles. And I mean, to be fair, I am pretty happy with my life and how I'm living it and the people who are in it. My biggest relationship challenge is with this one.
Yeah.
So that's my focus. The consistency is, like I've said before, the gifting to me is saying, no, this is our time, like respecting myself enough to do the good things so she has longevity.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh God, I'm honestly, that whole gifting framing, that is my takeaway this week. I am loving that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't have to work out, I get to work out.
Yes. Yeah. And we can use that for a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking about work. I don't have to work, but I get to work. Same thing. Lots of people out there are struggling with that and don't have that opportunity. And I've just lost my train of thought. Never mind.
See, now with the less, fuck. I was just about to talk about having less brain fog, and there it goes, showing itself up.
God.
Insane.
So all funny. Right. Well, this time next year, we won't be having any of these issues.
No. We're going to be svelte, clear-headed, flexible.
Yes. I'll be sitting here with one leg. Someone else's, but not my
own. Oh my gosh. Brilliant. Well, yeah, 2024, we are so ready for you.
Mm-hmm. Watch out. That's what we're saying. Watch out.
Okay. Transition. All right. Well, Jesus. So I think one thing I might actually add to my list is segue ideas, because I can't start every segment with well or okay, because that's literally
right.
Yeah.
So
those three. So okay. Oh my God.
Just jump into it. Let's do this.
The media
Amy,
circus.
where are you going? We're going to the circus.
I love that. Okay, what she said. We're in the circus.
We are the circus.
Honestly.
That's me.
Good job. These ball acrobatics get wilder and wilder. Now we're going.
I'm just going to toss one up and then be like.
Oh my gosh, the media circus. Listen, I believe, my love, that you have a few things squirreled away for us to
lightly discuss.
Yeah.
So a couple of them are a bit controversial.
Oh,
I know. And I don't have a lot of the facts behind it because I was like, so I just want to float them with you. I have saved the videos and I will share them with you later on so that we can like have a deeper, meaningful conversation. But I'm sure that people listening may have come across this already, but they kind of blew my mind a little bit. So the first one people, and I might be way late to the party.
Okay.
People are discussing this fact about Mary J. Blige and Danny Boy.
Who the hell is Danny Boy?
So he did some backing vocals on a few of, oh my God, this is why I needed to take notes.
My bad.
Some backing vocals on Tupac. There you go. He comes up. Tupac, some of his tracks, right? So I have been seeing, and it's probably coming light of the whole Diddy Combs stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
How back in the day when Mary was 23, she was paying for Danny Boy to come visit her, and they would hang out and stuff. And it comes from an interview that he did in 2022. He's talking about it and reflecting on these experiences. And when he's talking about how they first met and how she was saying something about being with Pac, but she was actually doing stuff with Danny Boy. Danny Boy is saying at that time, when she is 23, he was only 15.
Oh.
That's why I said it's controversial. And so I'm watching this video and he's going on about stuff. And at the end, it said that she has neither confirmed nor denied.
No, Mary.
The allegations. So I just wanted to put that as something that I was like, what? Because, Mary J.
I know.
So, yeah. And he was talking about an experience where they're like hanging out on the sofa, and they were it was innocent to start with, where they're just like chilling, watching some films, eating some food. Yeah. And then he's like on one side of the sofa and she lays out and puts her head in his lap, just, chilled. And then there's a knock at the door and she jumps up like she's seen a ghost, and she hides behind the sofa and says, K, right? Who do we think K is?
I don't know.
Casey and JoJo. So because there was a whole thing about them, right?
Yeah, because she used to go out with one of them, innit?
Yeah, I think it is Casey, actually. Or, they had this abusive relationship. Yeah. So there was that. And then late, when everything calmed down, there was no one really at the door. They moved into the bedroom and were just like lying down, and she was backing up into him and he was trying to move away and all of that.
No.
But, yeah. But we don't know, right?
You got to say allegedly.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, allegedly, right? So this is just him saying, so I saw that and I was like, I'm going to have to bring that to the table.
Say it ain't so.
So that's the first one. The second one that I saw, and I must have just been on a roll of attracting this stuff, because the second one that I saw was about how Whitney Houston's real mum was not Cece. Is that her name?
Yeah, I think so.
Houston. But actually a woman who her dad had an affair with, Teresa Graves.
Oh my gosh.
And so again, it's this woman who's just like, allegedly, like, I'm just seeing this. I don't know the facts, blah, 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 blah. But she's down for a conspiracy. So she's just like, let me just look into this a little bit more. And she said, I would never have thought about this or even contested it if the internet had not put side-to-side images of these two women, and also found a interview that Teresa gave, where even the way she's like enunciating words and how she's kind of emphasizing on words, and her energy is so similar to that of Whitney. So that was really, really interesting.
Could you imagine?
And they're saying it's kind of like, I've not seen the film Fences, but they make a reference to the fact that there's a scene in Fences where Denzel's character brings home a baby from a woman who he had an affair with, but she died during childbirth, brings home a baby to his wife and is like, can we, I'd appreciate it if you could help support me raise this baby. And
I'd appreciate it if you can help me raise my love child. Do you know how common that is though? Like that is wild to think that could be Whitney's story. Oh,
I know. So that was one I was again like, oh my God.
What's her name? Teresa what? Graves.
Teresa Graves. Yeah. So
like I said,
I've saved these. I'll send them to you. Okay, so that's the first two. Those are the conspiracy things.
And she's a singer. Sorry, I did a quick Google. She's a singer as well. Oh,
yeah.
Yo, that is crazy.
Are there any side-by-side pictures that you can see?
Let me have a quick look. Let me see.
Teresa and Whitney. Do that. Teresa and Whitney.
No way. That is crazy. Yo, that could be her mum. That looks like her.
I know. Allegedly, right? We don't know.
I mean,
any of this, but it's close.
It's real close. And the more you look at Teresa, the more you're like, and then Cece's on some other pictures as well. Well, it's not her. She ain't the mammy. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Oh, all right. Let me see. Oh, okay. Stop. Let me stop.
She's going down the wormhole.
Literally, I need to shut this browser. Otherwise, it's just going to be you talking to you.
Oh dear. So the other thing I came across, and I think this is something that we probably experience, all of us, a lot, which is it's an am I the arsehole or would I be the arsehole kind of scenario, about sharing passwords, right?
Okay.
So you know how there was this whole thing how recently Netflix has locked off the ability to share passwords. It has allowed you to set up your own account if you have like a profile, then the owner of the account can allow you to take that and pay for your own. You don't lose all of your built-up algorithm, which I think is very good of them. Because how annoying. If that was a Spotify situation, I would throw arms.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't listen to music for a while.
I would be mad as hell. So this kind of scenario, am I the arsehole? So I'm going to ask the question. Set in the scene. American. My neighbor.
I love it.
Have to.
That's like the main disclaimer that you make, you know?
I know. I guess because if it's wild and out there, I don't relate, you know? That's how I can tell. So my neighbor, first of all, is what they wrote. We were friends a long time ago, but now we're not that close to each other. My neighbor demanded my Wi-Fi password, so I gave it to him. And that has, So that has affected my internet speed really, really bad. When entering the router settings, I found that his brother was also connected. I changed the password and the Wi-Fi speed went back up to normal speed and affords a good browsing experience for my family. But he has since been demanding for the password again. If I didn't give him the password and ignored his messages, would I be an arsehole?
No, that's your shit. What? Sorry, I'm so lost. What makes him think he's able to come over and demand the password in the first place?
I know.
That is bizarre. Something has happened. They have failed to mention a very important fact. They have to. Because can you imagine your neighbor saying, hey, what's the password? And you'd be like, oh, okay, it's like, no, you're not going to do that. It'd be like,
no,
good
we're
day,
not going to
sir.
do that. Yeah, good day to you, sir. How dare you come knock on my door and demand something that I pay for?
Literally. And then share that with the other family members as well.
I know.
That person has, so no, you're absolutely not an arsehole. Keep your things that you pay for and enjoy that with your family. But
Ignore
also,
as you need to.
what was that little nugget that you didn't give us why your neighbor felt that it was okay to come over and get that password and actually receive it? Something is missing. A key bit of information is missing. That neighbor either knows something that the other person doesn't want to get out. Like, something's been missed.
You go straight to the dark side.
What is the other explanation? There's none.
Just that people feel they have the audacity to assume that they have the right to information, especially because he talks about how they were friends for a long time, but now they're not. So maybe there's an element of, well, we're friends, so why wouldn't you give me your password?
Okay, but the fact that he said the neighbor came over and demanded.
Yeah.
You are my friend. You will never demand anything from me. You will ask me, hey, Mo, you know the answer is going to be yes, but you're not going to demand anything from me because friends don't do that. So, nah. What did you do? What dirt does this person have on you? But yes,
dear.
you're not the arsehole. Keep your things and good luck and good Wi-Fi speed to you.
I do love, though, that is a bargaining chip for a lot of people who own the accounts, because if it's a case of, I've read so many things of where people have been, oh, my family shaded me this week, so I've changed the password of my Netflix account, and now they're all like, oh, is that how you're going?
I've seen that so many times.
Yes,
but also yes. I mean, I'm just trying to think if I would be that shady. I don't know.
I would.
I know. That's why I didn't ask.
And I'd leave a little message as well if it was possible. Just being like, this is what you get. Okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So that was the Am I the Arsehole? The last thing. Now, this is thanks to Lad Bible UK. So there's no disclaimer here, unfortunately.
This is exactly what it is.
Yeah, but it's an article around a new but not so new, because apparently it's been around since 1989. So, we were babes.
Okay.
A fetish that is out and about and making a scene, to the point that last year the hashtag had over 7 million views on TikTok and active communities across Instagram, Reddit, and the ridiculously named X. Have you ever heard of the term sploshing?
Oh, God. Okay, no, I haven't, but sploshing, I feel like, doesn't leave much to the imagination. It's giving semen. It's giving, spit or semen is what are the vibes that I'm getting from this.
Okay, so actually...
God. Have I just told myself?
No. The definition is, it's a fetish in which people derive sexual arousal and pleasure from being...
not jumping in puddles.
So jumping in puddles, not so much, but the element of like the dirt and the wetness from such puddles, covered in food products or beverages. And it doesn't just limit it to food products and beverages. It's now extended to things like mud, slime, and gunge. So that people are getting sexual pleasure from being covered in these such items. Yeah, people are loving it. There was a story that I read, and I didn't want to bring it to the table, but I'm bringing it to the table, where this woman was talking about how for her 33rd birthday, her husband bought her this like filled cake, and she took a slice to her bedroom and proceeded to make love to herself whilst smearing this over her body, and quote, had the best orgasm of her life. And now she is part of, they call it a directory called Wet and Messy, or WHAM for short. And this is a whole thing. There's like a movement of people who are bringing this into the bedroom to get their sexual pleasure. So thoughts? Making you feel good?
I mean, See, I'm not going to kink shame people. Everyone's grown. Do your things and live your life. That's just, that's not one for me. I'll just leave it there. That's not one for me. And look, I was just talking about how many chins I have. I didn't get these chins by eating broccoli. Like, I like to eat things too, but to have myself covered in them, like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think that like there's always been a kink really about bringing food into the bedroom, right? Whether it's like chocolate covered strawberries or the cream or like, I don't know. I have never really been into that kind of thing purely because of the cleanup.
The mess. We don't deal with that. We don't.
That's not something that's like, oh yeah, I'm in it. I'm in the zone, because I'm thinking I have to clean this shit up afterwards. That's not making me feel sexy.
That's not sexy.
Okay? That's making me feel like Cinderella, the maid. So, and that's another kink. I mean, the maid outfits and bits, dress up.
Do your thing.
Just not for me. Just not for me. Not for me at all. Like,
it's funny, because when you were talking about, when you were first explaining what slushing is, the first image that I got in my head was, like when people used to do like those bean bath things for like charity. Have you ever seen that?
Bean baths?
Yeah, like they're getting like a bath.
Oh yeah, the baked beans. Yeah.
Literally just like visions of someone just like splashing beans about in a bath. That's where like it's,
yeah.
But hey, look,
that is something. That is something. Like just like going in, not only being in the bean, but flicking the bean too. That's
so good.
I'm on fire.
But I get it, because when you have like a good meal. I was even talking about your Christmas meal last week, where every mouthful was like, This is just
but
like
you're not gonna rub it on your chest. And then pleasure yourself with it. Do you know what I mean? Take that.
It was a pleasurable experience, but yeah, no. I'm not stuffing the stuffing. Absolutely not.
Wow.
But I guess this is
just to pick that out for weeks.
Your pH level is missing. If you try that, don't do it. So I guess, that's just like food enjoyment's like Slushing's neighbor, I guess. That's like 5 doors down.
5? That's the next neighborhood, mate. I don't know about that one. No, but like you said, there is no shaming on it. It's just so interesting,
isn't it?
These things are coming up, and I'm like, oh my! And then I start reflecting on, am I a prude? Yes, I am. I like it tradish, like less of the dish as well on that. But yeah, I'm just not. I would be down for a bit of maybe wrestling in some mud. Like that would be quite cool.
No,
but like for a fun thing, but not then immediately in.
I would wrestle in something, but not in mud. That's so much dirt. Do you remember when we did that?
Yes, that is exactly where my head went, and we got stuck.
What was that?
Literally was like trying to pull ourselves out of. I nearly lost my shoe in that. Like that was deep mud.
Oh,
but that was fun.
God.
And I think it was actually called Muddy Races.
Yes.
Like, I just remember you saying this is some Hunger Games kind of shit.
So what was it called again? Muddy Races.
Muddy Races, yeah.
So we did like this Muddy Races obstacle course kind of, because there were like hay barrels at the end to jump over. And it was, honestly, it really was some Hunger Games shit. We got to this mud river part where, as you said, you nearly lost a shoe. I was just like, why am I doing this? Like, I live a good life. Why am I doing this to myself? It makes no sense.
Oh, my God. That was funny.
That lake part we had to go through and then go under the barrels. And that was a hell no for me. I spun around that shit. I was not going underneath barrels. No.
That was cold as well. I think it was like in October or something.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it was great fun afterwards.
Yeah. That was funny. Do you remember I got the hole in my leggings? That was like so bearing my backside as well. Yeah. Just nuts.
We might have to post that. That was fun. And that's why I'm like, no, mud. Oh God, we were filthy and freezing. Like, rest of something fun, like
jelly.
Custard, yeah. Exactly.
See, I wouldn't be able to do custard because of the dairy, and I have a thing about when dairy gets warm and starts drying, the smell that it gives off. And the reason I say that is, but it's just, there's something about the milk, the odor of the milk. It's just not the one. I remember when, this is a long time ago. I went on holiday with my family, and where they have all of the kids clubs. And in one of the clubs, my sister and I were like in this club, and they were doing, I don't know why, but they were like spraying everyone in whipped cream. And because I know myself about this smell of dairy, I was like, don't you dare, do not touch me with this. Whereas my sister was like, yeah, do it. So anyway, it's hot, right? It's hot there. So it's like cooking on her. And despite the fact that she had a shower and she washed her hair, and we were going home the next day, I was sitting next to her on the plane home, and I was gagging because of the smell, and it was just not the one. And so, anything with milk or cream or anything like that, it's a no.
Is a no.
From me.
Okay.
No.
Resting in jelly it is.
Jelly. That would be quite cool. It's just like sloppy, and
that'd be fun.
It's not getting any sticky places.
No, not for Kings. I do that for charity or something.
Yeah. Tomatoes is another one that smells as well, because when I went to the La Tomatina in Valencia, and that was next level mental. Like, when you just get pounded by all of these tomatoes and everyone is soaked.
That doesn't sound fun to me.
From all of the sangria. It's so much fun. It is. But you have to have goggles on. If you're thinking about it, listeners, goggles, because that stings. And people also pee in it. So just be...
Hell no. I will view from like my hotel window and just be like, look at them, peasants.
And I'll be like, woo, tomato in my head.
Literally just had like visions of like the ye old times when people would get hurled tomatoes and cabbages for, I don't know, witchery or something. Nah.
Gosh.
More of the sangria, less of the pissy tomatoes.
See, that was when I was younger. That would never be me now. Not anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Good times.
You've been learning today.
So that was me. That's all the stuff that I found, but that was enough. I mean, afterwards I needed a shower.
Oh my gosh. Listen, that was fun. I loved that. I will Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Well done. Thank you. Yeah. Guys, I am running out of words, which means it's time for me to wrap this up. So I will take this time to thank you for joining us today. There are a lot of podcast options out there, but you chose to be with us today. So thank you. This is the part where we ask you to do all of the things, and by doing all of the things, we mean clicking like and subscribe and sharing the content. Follow us everywhere you like to scroll. We are there as It's All Frolics. Some places it's All Frolics podcast, but type in All Frolics, we're literally the only ones, so can't miss us. Let us know what your resolutions are, or if you're not going with that word, what are your intentions for 2024? We'd love to know what you're getting up to this year. Best bits, I think that was a fabulous suggestion that you had last week. Let us know what your best bits were for the episode. And give us some content ideas. Because it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, help us help you.
Honestly. But Amy, Ju, thanks for showing up today, for being as awesome as you always are. I like this. I like this matrix look that we've got going on today.
I know. I'm
good.
feeling it. Actually, do you know what I'm feeling? I feel like we're in like a old 90s kind of girl band. Like it's giving me kind of, you know, SWV type vibes. Yeah. You know, when we're just like all in a little bit of the same get up, but slightly different.
But slightly different? Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, guys. Have yourselves a great rest of the day, rest of the week. And be sure to come back again. We'd love to have you.
Indeed. Next week, week after, for the rest of all time, we're here. Loving it.
Yeah. The internet is forever. Peace. I could not do stand-up, or what's not stand-up? What's the other one? We got to like think on the spot. God, that ain't me.
Oh, improvisation.
Improv, yeah. Or you, if you're partnered with me.
Do you know, that is actually a really, thinking about your resolution or your focus for the year, that is quite good in terms of the yes, because the whole premise of improv is that you accept whatever is given to you.
I've not even pressed stop yet. And you're trying to make me do shit that I said I'm gonna do.